I find myself in NES land. I see a rocking phantasm. What do you have for me, future entity? Sounds like it's time to talk about. I have a great treat for you this time. The perfect holiday gift, circa 1990.
Time Lord. First thing that pulls me in every time with this game is, well, of course the cover pulls everyone in. Let's look at the cover for a second. So, we have this sexy hero hunk with a big ass sword, a space helmet and some kind of futuristic armor. Already, I'm interested. But wait, you also have a giant dragon monster thing creeping in behind you. A demonic knight, ready to bash your brains in, riding a beautiful horse, a spaceship, crashing into, or exploding, a planet in the foreground. Holy shit. There's also, Saturn. And, finally, a huge futuristic clock in the background. Who wouldn't buy this game? I was always confused by the Milton Bradley logo though. Apparently, the same company that made kids' toys and board games, also published some decent video games. Anyway, once you've enjoyed the cover enough, you move on to the title screen. Here, you'll fall in love with the rockin' music. Listen to this shit. It's amazing. Why is this so good? Oh yeah, I know why. This game was developed by Rare, and composed by David Wise. Makes sense now. So, it's $29.99, aliens are pouring into the Earth. They have time travel technology and are messing with Earth's history so they can conquer the planet. You play as the Time Lord. Not sure if this guy had a real name. Time Lord has to go back to various stages in history and beat the shit out of the aliens in that time. Graphically, the game is pretty good. It's colorful, with decent sprites and interesting environments. The enemies are one of my favorite parts. I mean, what is this shit? You'll fight weird gnomes, knights, cowboys, depressed dragons dropping feces, birds throwing eggs, birds throwing rats, pirates, giant clams, angry crabs, sea snakes, piranha, aliens, you name it. This game has it all. And all the controls are pretty good too. The character has a punch, and a jump kick. The kick has a pretty good range, but you have to get in fairly close with the punch. You can also use swords, guns, and other weapons. Everything is responsive and easy to maneuver. There are health pickups and lives to collect also. The one weird thing is that you walk faster on the diagonal than if you were to walk straight. This happens in other games too. What is it with walking in a straight line that is so hard to program on the NES? It's easy to break the game when it comes to the enemies. Sometimes they can't hurt you when you are in the middle of a swing or punch animation. Use this to your advantage. Anyway, you start in this time travel center, where you have to collect balls that will allow you to use the time machine. It's a quick tutorial level, but it feels like a sci-fi movie intro. You're basically running away from these aliens so you can get to the time machine and start your quest. You end up in medieval England, 1250 AD. The first level. This is how the game is spread out. You jump from one time period to another. The only way to complete each level is to collect the time balls, make the strange boss appear, and then completely destroy them for the final ball. Seems simple, but it's not. The orbs are not easy to find at all. In fact, finding the stupid balls can be the biggest pain in the ass. Like kicking into the air in this cryptic way to reach the top of the castle, or collecting all the mushrooms that spring up in this field, or kicking a random spot in this house, or looking away from the ball so that it lowers itself so you can shoot it in place. It's fun once you figure it out, but it takes some trial and error. Since the game is short, they needed to make this a tough experience. The enemies are the hardest part. They can destroy you if you don't time your attack well enough. They keep respawning constantly, so you have to keep moving or get destroyed. Once you lose, that's it. You start from the beginning. The game is unforgiving. You have to beat this in one shot or the earth is screwed. You can't lose any health either, or it will cost you in later levels. Getting hit is not recommended at all if you want to complete this game. So, you run through medieval times, the Wild West, the Caribbean, the trenches, and then finally, back at the time travel center on Earth where you kill the aliens. The last boss is annoying but beatable, much like everything else in the game. The ending is pretty shitty but standard NES stuff for the most part. You saved the Earth, congrats. This game has replay value because of its annoying difficulty and its fun gameplay. It's not a masterpiece, but it had a very unique feel to it. The music is engaging and the orb collecting is interesting. It pushes you to advance and find your way to the end. The theme is cool and the levels are fairly solid. Overall, a great little gem.